Hello, dancers of the circle. And here you see, along with a kitty cat, um, my collection of some various moon waters. Now, I'm going to kind of pull them independently. We'll talk a little bit about them. So some of these are full moon, and some of these are new moon water, and some of them are dark moon water. So you don't have to just use the full moon for your water collection as far as creating sacred or holy water for your altar chalice. So I'm going to kind of go through some of the ones that I have, and maybe it'll spark some ideas for you. Now this says blue moon, and I almost always put a crystal. You can kind of see the crystal in there. This was captured on a blue moon, so that's when there's a second full moon in the month. So it's full moon water, and because it's a blue moon, I associate blue on the tree of life with Hesed, which is love and mercy, but it's also prosperity. So while we might normally think of green as the color for prosperity, I use blue when I'm doing more of a Kabbalistic type of ritual for prosperity or for peace or for love. And so there's one example, and that was actually captured in a flowing river, the French Broad River to be exact. Okay, so, and here's another one, that's the snow moon. So you can decide to collect based on the particular folklore or tales behind or traditions behind the particular full moon. For instance, let me pull this where you can see it a little bit better. This is a snow moon from 2021. And I purposely got this particular water for use for the more winter type goddesses. Also a little bit for my ancestry because my ancestry is Polish. So then there again, I'm using the folklore from the particular tradition. And so whatever the snow moon might mean for you, whether that's the seed in the ground because it's winter and it's water that you use for planting seeds. So, whatever catches your fancy. There's all kinds of Native American, there's the hunter moon, there's the harvest moon. And here, let's see, we have what's traditionally called the pink moon, and you can see I'm almost out of this. I always call the pink moon Rose Moon because my name is Rose. So this is actually almost completed. I use it for personal work, and again, you can see some crystals down in there. It's a rose quartz crystal down in there. And so this is for more of my general personal work or just to keep my personal altars with some chalice water. And I'll put that back there. And they also make nice gifts. This was actually a gift from a very dear friend of mine that I use actually for healing ritual, especially particularly for PTSD for purposes I probably won't go into here. Okay, and as you can see here, I've got another one, and this was from July. Let's see, we've got, dissolution, because this was on a dark moon. You like my jar? But I save jars really just for this purpose, and I'll show you how I decorate them. This was a new moon. So I use this because it's in Virgo, and that is my, I think, was it dissolution or cancer? No, it's in Cancer. So Cancer has the properties of dissolution. I have actually used this. Let me grab that nice little gray hair. I've actually used this, and you can see I've used a little bit of it for letting go, release ritual, that kind of thing, where I need something new to take over or novel to take over. So, and then of course I label it on the top like this. What I've started doing, and this is kind of a new one, and this is another new moon. The reason why I captured this particular new moon is because it's all Scorpio. This is the most recent Scorpio moon in November. So you see I've decorated it with the symbols letting you know that its sun is in Scorpio at that time, and the dark moon was in Scorpio at that time as well. And I am a Scorpio, so I made this one particularly for me, for when I need my Scorpio energies, that aspect of my personality. So I might use this even for protection, obviously because of Mars. I do the seal of Mars quite a bit in some of my ritual. So it's my cat trying to climb up. And what I started doing is I went and got some white masking tape, white duct tape, so I can, because I save my jars for this purpose. So I just covered it with tape, and it allowed me to decorate it as I need to. And I keep the astrological influences on it so I know what it was for. So you can expand why you collect your water. For instance, I should have one in here. Let's see. Oh, and this one I absolutely love. This is for my shadow work. My shadow work only. And the reason why, and again, it was another pink moon, but of course I call it a rose moon. Because, and let's see if I can get some idea here. We have the moon was in Scorpio and the sun was in Taurus at the time. Yeah, I think you can see that I've got Sun in Taurus on there. And that is just the opposite of my natal chart. I am a Scorpio sun and a Taurus moon. So for me, this holds the magical properties of being able to flip the script, being able to reverse a particular situation. So you can imbue your water, charge your water with all kinds of different intents, especially if you're familiar with astrology and the placements and what they can mean. So I'll put some of these up here. So whether you're using astrology or whether you're using the folklore from a particular tradition, you can really custom design your water so that you can, obviously I'm not going to collect anymore for a while. I got quite a bit to work with here. I do use this for my general workings and like I said, for my healing and with this new moon when I need to plant a seed, new project. But my blue moon also has for me properties of peace, so I use it a lot as well on my Kuan Yin altar. There's Kuan Yin. All right, so I just kind of wanted to share these ideas with you. Like I said, you can always rely on the Indian moon from Native American tradition. You can always use just that the fact that the moon is full, and that meaning blessings, abundance, or just the fact the moon is dark, meaning silence, quiet, or the new moon, meaning a seed planted. You can use whatever resonates with you and your tradition, but this gives you a little more options. Like I said, best I think to collect from a flowing water source if you can, but that's not always possible. Some of these are just using tap water, but I do take extra care to charge them intently during the phase of the moon that they're sitting under. So, hope you enjoyed this. I know it's a little hard to see some of these. I'll put that new moon up here. Like I said, this is such a great way to do it. You can recycle your jars and then you can paint anything you want to on here. So, go grab some water. Go charge it with your intent. And it doesn't matter if it's a full moon, a new moon, or a dark moon. The moon by itself has so much intuitive power for us, so much mystery and subconscious energy behind it, that it really does help to make our rituals more resonant with our desires when we use specialized water that we've gathered, charged, and blessed. And yeah, and if you have the extra, the crystals are great. When I'm done with the water, that crystal I feel is charged with the energy that was the intent that was placed on that jar. So a lot of times I'll give those as gifts down the road. All right. Well, Dancers of the Circle, I hope you enjoyed this little video on what to do with your moon water. Now, you don't have to collect moon water to be a witch, but if you do, these are some great ways to think about how you charge it, how you use it, how you collect it, and what it might mean for you and your ritual work. Be sure to join me on Instagram, Temple of Mott Knoxville, and Knoxville Rose Instagram, both on Facebook as well. And of course, check out the Patreon. Share it with your friends. There's 2 memberships currently and more on their way. This is Knoxville Rose signing off.